Welcome to the Naomi Butler Show again. Today I'm going to talk about my cancer healing journey, and you know how some movies you are seeing today and then it takes you back many years later. I'm going to kind of do that. Right now I have had 3 scans that show the cancer is not active, which is all great. But I'm going to take you back in time to 2 years ago in June 2018. I came back from Hawaii because my oldest grandson had graduated from high school. So we went to Hawaii for his graduation and had a lot of fun in the sun. Came back and I had a second phase of a dental implant process that was taking place in June. And I think towards the end of June, I started noticing, sorry, it was on the dental implant was up here. And in the end of June, I started noticing maybe a knot or something because I'd always had TMJ that would push from this side to this side. And right here where my ear meets my face, it would push out a little bit. And I just thought it was my TMJ pushing it out. And so there was a knot, and I called my oral surgeon who had worked on my dental implants and asked if they had done something while they were in there. Long story short, they did an x-ray. He didn't find anything, but he said, check with your ENT. So I went through a process of scheduling with my ENT. Of course, I had our Dallas Bridal Show at the end of July, so it was a crazy time. And then in September, ended up getting the CT scan that showed a 2-inch deep tumor, and the biopsy didn't show if it was cancer or not. And I kept telling everyone it's not cancer. So then we had to schedule surgery because I was told no matter what, it needed to come out and they would not know if it was cancer until they went in. So when they went in for surgery, I was in surgery for about 5 hours. Found out when I was with anesthesia and just out of it, I was told you have a very aggressive cancer and you're going to be fighting for your life the next 7 months at least. And I could hear my family in the room. Jack and Mary and Brian were there. And the minute I was told I had cancer, I started crying. It's tough when you're told you have cancer, when you go into it believing that it's not cancer. I kept telling even the doctor right before we went in for surgery, before they put me out, I said, it's not cancer. And so that started my journey of having to accept that I had cancer. I was told that if I had not gone in to have that surgery at the end of October, I would have been dead by February, just a few months later. The tumor was so big and so close to my brain that it could have killed me. And I ended up having to get dental clearance. So there was a tooth up here that I'd had a root canal in April of that year, and it kept giving me problems. So with my normal dentist and a dental oncologist and my surgeon, everybody determined that that tooth needed to come out. So that tooth was pulled, and I had to heal from the surgery and from the tooth before we could even start any treatments. I chose radiation and chemo both. I knew I was fighting for my life and I was going to fight with everything I had. And even in that process, when you go through cancer, you have people who mean well and they say, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that. And guys, I just had to fight. I knew I had to go into this with everything I had at my disposal at that time. I did not have time to research, to do any holistic or any other things, because I knew even while I was going through radiation, my radiologist told me, he said, Naomi, because it is so close to your brain, you could die from this any minute. So I fought hard. And through that process, we were able to start the radiation at, I think it was the day after Thanksgiving that year. And I had 35 days of radiation scheduled. Chemo started the very next day. And in this journey, I have a whole lot to tell you, so I'm going to kind of keep this short and sweet. This is part two, and of course, there's going to be a lot of parts to this. I think when someone is told they have cancer, some are going to be private and quiet about it, and some are going to tell the whole world. Please respect anyone's decision as to how they deal with it, because we all deal with it in different ways, and we could even change along the way how we deal with it. We might get to where we accept it and we get stronger about letting other people know. I was in a position where, in my mind, I just thought, I've got to let everybody know I'm fighting for my life, and I want everyone to pray for me to help this, because I knew prayer worked. That was the main thing. And through the whole process, I knew I just had to trust God, because I didn't have any other choice. And so trusting God to zap that tumor was my main goal. And I'll share with you the next time part of what I had on my wall, because it was a tough journey. It was a beast. I don't wish it on anyone. And I'll keep you posted along the way about a lot of things I've had to deal with, even things I have to deal with today. So if you're dealing with cancer, I just hope and pray that my journey that I share with you will be an inspiration and a testimony to you to keep pushing, keep fighting, keep the faith. God is there to help us through every storm. And that was the one thing that I learned in a huge way, and I keep learning it every day. So I'm here to help you, support you, and encourage you to just stay strong. And I'll keep letting you know more information in the next episode. Thank you so much.